Now with the fourth inning program, a lot of you asked me, who should I pick, who should I go with? So we're about to dive into all of the rewards and I'll help you out as best as I can. All that I ask in return is for you to hit that like button, red subscribe button, and then we stream each and every single day at 12 a.m. Eastern. Okay. Besides that, we stream each and every single day at 12 a.m. Eastern, and then everything else that you need from the Discord to how to become a member, all of that is going to be inside the description box. Let's go through the entire reward path and basically help you all out. So you get a set 14 headliners pack. If you get that Mickey Mantle, I mean, I would sell them, but if you need them for collections, I would keep them. In the fourth inning, you get the henchman. Raleigh Fingers is going to be 100% the pick here. I don't care about no Tony Perez, to be honest with you all, and I don't care about no John Smoltz. When I tell you all that Raleigh Fingers is going to be the pick here, the reasoning behind it is Raleigh Fingers has a sinker, slider, and a forkball as well as a fastball. His K per 9 is amazing. Hit per 9 is pretty good. Not only that, but another beautiful thing about Raleigh Fingers is he has a very deceptive delivery to home plate. And on Hall of Fame, Legend, even on All-Star difficulty, he's going to get the job done. I can assure you that he can crack any bullpen currently in MLB The Show, and you will most likely see him being used by each and every single bullpen in MLB The Show. This 42 choice pack, this is the reason I told you all, hey, if you want that 99 Jackie Robinson, don't go around spending 200K. Don't go around spending this, that, and the third like I did, but I planned on doing a Jackie Robinson debut. It is not worth it. They're going to keep adding these 42 choice packs to the inning programs. They're going to start adding these 42 choice packs to the conquest maps, and then you're going to be able to get Jackie Robinson 99 overall just naturally and organically, basically for free, instead of wasting any stubs. And you're probably going to be making stubs along the lines as well, because as they keep on adding these packs, you're going to be able to sell the duplicates that you have. But if you had to absolutely go ahead and pick up one of these, I would 100% go with Babe Ruth, because he can probably crack your bench as a pinch hitter. And then besides that, there really is no better hitter out of all of these than Babe Ruth. And then you don't want to go for Mariano because you already have Mariano Rivera available, as the cops are coming, probably because of that explosion. Now when it comes to this henchman choice pack, right, we have Tommy Edmond as one. I'm gonna go ahead and continue the video after the sirens stop, just so you guys don't freak out. Now that the sirens have stopped, let me go ahead and change my camera angle to help you all out. Now this Tommy Edmond, he's a pretty good card. I like his contact, he lacks some power, and then the fielding is decent. It's not the best in the world. The 85 speed helps him out tremendously, and he's a great utility bat for anyone that needs a utility bat. Now you have Jock Peterson also available. Jock Peterson is most likely going to be a BR hero. He's not really going to crack ranked seasons lineups because of the low contact against both sides. So on Hall of Fame and Legend pitch speeds, despite this Jock Peterson having an incredible swing, he's most likely not going to be cracking your lineups either. So Jock Peterson, out of the two we've seen so far, is the last pick. And then the fielding and the reaction, that's not going to help you either, no matter how good of his accuracy is. And then when we talk about Trevor May, let me change the cameras once again to show his arsenal. A four-seam slider changeup 12-6 arsenal just does not survive, especially when those pitches all come around the same pitch speeds, because of the simple fact that changeup and 12-6, vertical movement, slider is that horizontal movement, but the biggest difference between any pitch is 4 miles per hour. That's not going to help you out. The fastball, it doesn't have outlier either, so that's not going to help you out. They're going to know as soon as they see it straight, it's a fastball, and they're going to be able to time it up. The best man here is most likely going to be Tommy Edmond, and you're going to be able to place him wherever you want and still feel comfortable. Now keep in mind, although, if you put him at a secondary position, his fielding is going to drop down to bronze until you parallel him up to either parallel 1 or parallel 2 to get it back to that silver point. But still, with 85 speed anywhere in the outfield, he should definitely be able to go ahead and overcompensate for that lack of fielding, especially because he still maintains that silver reaction. Now the fourth inning boss, Sis. This is probably one of the most difficult decisions you're gonna have to make. Now Wander Franco, he plays shortstop. If you don't know by now, the best shortstop in the game is your ball player. So just off of that, he loses a couple of points from me at least. Then you can place him at second base or third base, but you can easily have Marcus Semien at second base, or you could have Marcus Semien at third base, Jackie Robinson at second base. You can have Ronnie Mauricio at third base. You can also have yourself, what's his name again, Trent Groshans at third base. Where I really see this Wander Franco playing, to be completely honest with you all, is second base. So if you really need a second baseman, you don't have a great second baseman, you have your ball player at short, Wander Franco definitely goes ahead and he substitutes for whoever your second baseman is. Now, if you have Marcus Semien and Jackie Robinson and you were debating which one of the two you would sit down, I would most likely go ahead and sit down whichever one has a noodle stick for you, because you generally, people can't hit with both of them. So whichever one you suck with, you sit them down and put Wander Franco as second base for. Christy Mathewson, this card is not as bad as I expected the card to be completely honest with you all. He has good speed differentials between the screwball and the 12-6 with the 4, which is not too great, but it's still cool enough because the screwball is like unhittable this year. And then between the changeup and the 12-6, that's basically a 9 miles per hour differential. With the screwball, it's a 5 miles per hour differential. Now, the beautiful thing about this Christy Mathewson is he's going to be throwing these pitches, all vertical, off-speed movements, but all coming in at different speed. What sucks about him, though, is his windup is extremely long. So that's going to be a humongous downside because you're going to be taking hours to basically pitch with him. And if you're going against him, you're going to want to have a runner on first base every single time so he can pitch from the stretch. The sinker is not bad, but it coming in at 92 is not that effective. 95 miles per hour fastball without outlier on it is not that effective either. I think in general it's going to be a pretty decent card, a lot better than a lot of us are expecting, and he might be surprising just like Fernando Valenzuela was in the beginning of the year. I think if you need starting pitchers, you can go with Christy Mathewson, but at the same time, Christy Mathewson is probably not going to be very fun to use. So that's the downside to him. And then last but not least, we have this Eddie Murray card. Now this Eddie Murray card is amazing. From what I expected, this card is amazing. Contact is amazing. Power is amazing. Vision is amazing. The fielding is amazing, even though fielding doesn't really matter at first base. The reaction is amazing. And then 50 speed is also really good. Now, if you have Big Papi, you probably don't want to sit down Big Papi for Eddie Murray unless you absolutely love using switch hitters. At the end of the day, if you have Jim Thome, you don't want to go ahead and put Jim Thome over Eddie Murray. Eddie Murray is going to be the guy you're going to want to have at first base, but if you have Big Papi, you most likely want Big Papi at first base. In my personal opinion, if I had to pick one of these three, although, I think I would 100% go with Eddie Murray. And then number 2 would probably be Christy Mathewson. And then number 3 would be Wander Franco. That's based on the fact that I hit pretty well with Jackie and Marcus. So I don't really need a second baseman or a third baseman currently. And once I get Chipper Jones, I'm going to have to pick between Marcus and Jackie to play at second base. I'm not really going with Christy because his delivery is just too long. And then at the end of the day, the pitches, I think they're going to be a lot more effective than a lot of people think they will be. But just like Fernando Valenzuela, as soon as you face an opponent that can sit back, you're just going to run into trouble. And he's going to start raking all over the place with Christy Mathewson. And Eddie Murray, I mean, he is the best first baseman available, second to David Ortiz, in my personal opinion. So it's no doubt about it. If this is the second best available first baseman we have in the game, that we have to go ahead and go with him, unless you have Big Papi. If you have Big Papi, then you're just whichever one you need the most out of these two. But definitely not bad options. And then last but not least, we have a couple of kitchen sink packs. I wish for the best for everyone. Hopefully you get the rare round. Same thing with the kitchen sink 2 packs. And then when it comes to this live series player, I hope you do not end up getting one of these 90 overalls, because it is not a choice pack. I want to make sure everyone understands that it is not a choice pack. You're not going to have 4 players and then decide to pick up Mike Trout. No. At the end of the day, what did I just do? What's going to happen is you're going to have one of these, I believe it's 7. One of these 7 random players is going to appear in that pack. If you get Aaron Judge or Max Scherzer, you are going to be down horrendously. If you get Mike Trout or Jacob deGrom, you're going to be happy. Even Ronald Acuna, you're going to be pretty happy with. So hopefully you get lucky. The odds are in your favor at the end of the day, as you got basically 4 that sell for over 100K. But if you get unlucky, I feel sorry for you. If you did end up enjoying today's content, hit that like button, red subscribe button. Everything else is inside the description box. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out.